Cutting across to the live visuals coming in straight from Bangladesh of the arrival of Tarique Rahman. Let's take a look. These are the live visuals coming in. We are looking at his homecoming after 17 years of being in exile. Is going to be the front runner by leading the BNP in 2026's polls for Bangladesh. Making his intent very clear of not making any kind of alliance with the New Delhi or either Rawalpindi. Tarique Rahman has a very different strategy as far as the foreign policy of Bangladesh is concerned. Situation in the country remains grim, uncertainty looming as the violence grips the lanes of Dhaka. Former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia's son Tarique Rahman sees a comeback after 17 years of being in exile in London. He's going to lead Bangladesh's main opposition party, the BNP, or the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, which is also preparing a vast show of support for its acting chairman Tarique Rahman as he comes back to the country nearly after 17 years of being in exile in London. BNP is aiming to attract nearly 5 million people for a gathering in Dhaka. Tarique Rahman is returning to Bangladesh with his wife Dr. Zubaida Rahman and their daughter Zaima Rahman. You can see their visuals on your screens being played out. These are the live shots coming in straight from Dhaka. Now, like I said before, the BNP is widely being seen as the front runner as far as the upcoming elections of Bangladesh are concerned. If the party secures victory, Rahman is going to take the helm, is expected to assume the country's top political role. My colleague Ishita Mitra is joining us straight from the newsroom. Ishita, we have been tracking this story very closely. Now we know the tensions have gripped the lanes of Dhaka and the situation is quite uncertain as far as the violence that we have been witnessing as far as the country of Bangladesh is concerned. How this comeback of after 17 years is going to change the dynamics as far as the upcoming elections of Bangladesh are concerned?
Well, it's actually, you're right, there is a political vacuum in the country right now. The country is struggling to return to normalcy just after the violent incidents began last week, ever since the announcement of the death of Osman Hidi came in. And now you have BNP's acting chairperson returning to the country nearly after 17 years. So amid that political vacuum, we are looking for some direction to take in. We have elections coming up in the country in February. So certainly he is going to lead the poll charge for BNP. And as per, if we go according to the polls, the BNP has some credibility. It is enjoying a popularity right now in Bangladesh. So if you look at Jamaat compared to BNP, Jamaat has BNP has an upper hand over Jamaat right now when it comes to popularity. So amid all of that, when Tarique Rahman returns to the country, it is going to be a historic welcome. As we're getting you visuals, in fact, on your screen, a lot of people have gathered to welcome him after nearly 17 years. He's returning ever since he was living in exile, since he fled the country in 2008. So it is certainly going to change the political dynamics in the country.
If we have to speak about the ideological battle that is also being witnessed as far as the political scenario of Bangladesh is concerned at the moment, what kind of ideological battle can now be seen between Mohammad Yunus and his government and also Tarique Rahman and BNP?
Right, of course. When we talk about the Jamaat and the BNP, see, they have been coalition partners before. So it is not that they're ideological rivals. But of course, in terms of contest, in terms of competition, right now BNP has an edge. When we talk about Islamists getting an upper hand and Jamaat also supporting that, of course, BNP here is taking a more moderate stance as it has taken in the past. In fact, if you look at the way it has been trying to put forward its foreign policy as well, we've seen the Jamaat kind of inclining towards a Pakistan Yunus-led regime, also taking actions in favor of that. But here, Rahman has been very careful. He said that he's going to follow a neutral foreign policy where there's going to be equidistance from Pakistan and India. So we are certainly looking at a moderate stance coming in from BNP under Rahman, but we'll of course have to, take this with a pinch of salt because he was the man behind India Out campaign when Sheikh Hasina was ousted from the country. So it is not that his words can be fully trusted at this point. We have to take everything that he says with a pinch of salt and see how the political dynamics now change in the country.
As his idea of ruling Bangladesh is concerned, he has made it very clear, Ishita, that he is not going to align in any ways with New Delhi or with Rawalpindi. What can we assume at this point of time, that given he become say the Prime Minister of Bangladesh in February 2026 after winning elections, how the situation between Bangladesh and Pakistan and Bangladesh and India will change?
See, at this point, Sakshi, if we go according to the statements that have come in from Tarique Rahman, he said that he is going to follow a policy that's going to put Bangladesh first and maintain an equidistance from India as well as Pakistan. So we're looking at a moderate policy in terms of foreign actions that he's going to take with regards to that.
So is he hinting a close bond with China? If he is saying that he is going to maintain an equidistant with India and Pakistan both, is he going to get closer to China? Is he hinting at that?
See, we have seen China and Pakistan both playing an increasing role when it comes to Bangladesh ever since Sheikh Hasina got ousted, and even before that we've seen Sheikh Hasina's government also engaging with China very closely. But do we have any statement coming in on that front from Tarique Rahman? No, at this point we do not have any statement. But as I said before, we have to look at this with the context it is right now unfolding the situation. Bangladesh relies on India when it comes to trade economic interests. We've seen right now, even though relations are at the lowest they've ever been since 1971, trade cooperation is something we've seen is continuing. In fact, we have seen statements coming in from the Yunus regime officials as well, who have said that they would want to separate political rhetoric from the economic cooperation. So certainly we can't be looking at Bangladesh not engaging with China at all. Even if Tarique Rahman comes to power, there will certainly be engagement on the economic front.
Right. Ishita, I'll request you to please stay with me. Defense and geopolitical expert, retired Major General Rajan Kochar is also joining us here on the broadcast. Sir, thank you so much for speaking to News9, sir. I want your opinion on this homecoming after 17 years of being in the exile, coming back, with the idea of not aligning with New Delhi or Rawalpindi in any manner, but having the highly radicalized rhetoric as far as the upcoming elections and approaching the people is concerned.
Thank you, Ishita. I think a very important development in politics of Bangladesh, his returning back after so many years. Basically, there is a leadership vacuum in the BNP as of now, and he is likely to fill up that vacuum. And he is known for his confrontational politics. Unlike Khalida Zia, who had an institutional approach, this guy has a confrontation approach. So we are going to see two important things in Bangladesh. One is likely to be in case Muhammad Yunus is trying to suppress the political will of the people. There are likely to be hartals, demonstrations, and all. He's going to organize that. He is basically trying to project a new face for Bangladesh politics, a face with which people look towards development. His past track record, if you have a look at BNP also and the ethos of the party, I don't think it's going to be too much friendly with India because they believe in hedging diplomacy. It's called actually hedging diplomacy, and that implies that they want to play one against the other. So what I am visualizing is that he's going to have good relations with China. He'll have good relations with Pakistan, and he will try to balance out these relations with India. But do not expect a Sheikh Hasina type of friendship or a Sheikh Hasina type of relationship with India. He is not going to be much influenced by the Indian political leadership. that is my first take on this. And the second important aspect is I think he has very limited time to galvanize his forces because there is a factionalism inside BNP right now. There are a number of groups within the BNP whom he needs to bring together because if they have to fight the elections, it has to be on a united front. So I think his first a task which has been cut out for him is to bring the party cadres together because only then they can forge a strong alternative to Jamaat. And as far as I see in this elections, since most in all probability Awami League would be out of the election, so the two most important players are going to be Jamaat as well as BNP. And please don't underestimate the Jamaat because Jamaat has got a large amount of political funding from foreign players. According to my information, almost 60% of the total money which accounts for the political party funds is with Jamaat. So we, we are aware how money power plays an important role in winning elections. So I see Jamaat as a very strong counterweight to BNP. So it would be interesting to watch because there could be a possibility of a hung parliament, so as to say, because no party gets absolute majority, then it becomes a situation for Bangladesh Prime Minister and Bangladesh President to handle. But as of now, I think Tariq Rahman coming to Bangladesh strengthens the BNP. Will his task would be to bring the party cadres together and forge a strong alternative to the present dispensation. And a last point is that a possibility of elections being held in time is also a matter of concern because we are seeing a large amount of unrest in Bangladesh as of now. And as far as India is concerned, India would have to watch very, very closely and especially on the borders
Absolutely.
because we have porous borders with Bangladesh and we don't want any influx or illegal immigration to take place at this point of time.
Absolutely. Major General Kochar, I request you to please stay with me. I have Prashant Kumar Shil, political analyst, joining me straight from Dhaka, and also Director of Rights and Risk Analysis Group, Suhas Chakma. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me here on the broadcast. Let me quickly pick up the mood straight from Dhaka. First, Prashant, let me come to you and ask you the kind of popularity that Tarique Rahman enjoys as far as the political circle of Bangladesh is concerned, the kind of popularity that we will see in the upcoming elections as well, because he is often termed as the crown prince of Bangladesh, coming back after 17 years being in exile in London. Is he still the same? Things have changed. Viewpoint of the people of Bangladesh have changed towards him. What's the scenario?
Oh, okay. You say is a very half truth, not a full truth, for the peak of the present BNP acting chairman, Mr. Tariq Rahman. Tariq Rahman is, you know, that 70 years exile time. So people have been very eagerly waiting, especially the who the support of BNP. The BNP, you know that that is the largest political party in Bangladesh still now after Awami League. And you have to similarly see the scenario of Jamaat. You know that the Jamaat, after 54 years, they have in very peak of positions now. They have in now want to pick actually the power. So it is truth. It is bitter truth that Tariq Rahman popularity is so much, but you have to remember mind that Jamaat is now is the highest peak of the moment. So you compare to the parallel sentiment of the pulse of the people, especially the mass people in Bangladesh. So what happening? You see that that is some the mega show reality from announcing the leader of Tariq Rahman coming to Dhaka, especially the especially some several parts of the Dhaka, especially Purbachal to Sarvadi, to lots of places, especially there's a too much people crowded and everything welcoming to Mr. Tarique Rahman and his family. But you have to remember that Tarique Rahman, the pulse of people who are the supporter of BNP, that is a very strategic part of the people. But you have also to remember that the Jamaat Islam now there is some from separate election between especially from BMP, and so they have to now also coming from the in power. So you know that after the last two election they have been especially alive with the Jamaat, but now Jamaat is now want to separately done from his election. So this is a liquid test for the two parties, especially Jamaat and BMP, whose popularity is pick up the positions. And it is bitter truth. I again repeated, the Jamaat is now is and has pick up the moment. And media gives so much hype that Tarique Rahman is coming, leader is coming, so lots of mega show, mega event is coming. But the reality is different. But we see that there's some media, from special international media, for his clearance. Why he's not coming from lots of days, especially after 5th August, 1 years plus year, passing time. Why he is not coming? We seen the some statement from him because of some security issues, some clearance issues, and other issues. So we just he want to now to prove what is his security issues and what is his the international factor why he's not coming from Bangladesh. So people are want to know, and people are want to prove the limited and the highest positions and of supremacy of the Bangladesh National Party's BNP's present time.
Mr. Chakma, let me now come to you, sir. The kind of radicalization that we have witnessed on the lanes of Dhaka, the kind of things that we have been reporting from past couple of days, be it the lynching, be it the killing of Deepu Chandra Das, Major General Kochar also highlighted that we are sharing at the moment the porous border with Bangladesh. Can we say that we have an enemy sitting in the west side of our country? We are now witnessing an enemy sitting on the east side of the country as well, with a porous border, of course. And we have to do the SWOT analysis. What is going to be the way forward as far as the diplomacy between India and Bangladesh is concerned? What is going to be, the way out of this situation?
I think it's very difficult for the government of India to get out of this, simply because, if you look at Bangladesh today, the premise or the main refrain of the people in Bangladesh is anti-India. So that anti-India plank will continue, and if Tariq Jia, in the run-up to the elections, in any manner he indicates that he is closer to India, then obviously people will not vote for the BNP, because at the end of the day, Sheikh Hasina still, although her party is wanted, she is still a polarizing figure in Bangladesh. That's one aspect. The second aspect is we have to understand that Tariq Jia is not a leader by himself. Tariq Jia is an asset of somebody, and the change in Dhaka is not the popular change which the people of Bangladesh wanted, because in the beginning it was only over the quota movement, then it turned into something else, then overthrowing of the government, and it became very clear that there are some Western powers who are involved in it, and we cannot ignore the fact that this is a project